Is Melissa Gorga, star of RHONJ, amenable to a reconciliation with Teresa Giudice, or is it already over? Season 14 of the popular Bravo reality show did not feature any interaction between the two. Can the two women return to the center at some time, or does that mean there is no chance for them? Await further information. RHONJ, is Melissa Gorga amenable to reconciliation with Teresa Giudice? In Season 3, Melissa Gorga and her husband Joe Gorga joined RHONJ. Given that Joe is Teresa Giudice's brother and the original housewife, it ought to have gone quite smoothly. Although they have fought intermittently for years, the most recent seasons have been the worst. Melissa was not included in Teresa's bridal party when she was organizing her wedding to Luis Ruelas. Teresa had always emphasized the value of family, so this was a bit of a slap in the face. Despite being invited to the wedding, the Gorgas chose not to go. Teresa and Melissa got into a heated argument at the Season 13 reunion, and it appeared that one might not return for the next season. They both declined the invitation to return, as it turned out. In the long term, this was an issue since, according to Andy Cohen, the show cannot function with people not interacting. Is there a possibility that they will get back together? Melissa talked candidly about the likelihood of this occurring while she was on Sherry. Reality Blurb claims that it isn't taking place. Melissa Gorga posted, "Not at this time. It gets really tough when someone is constantly unhappy for you or your marriage. Sometimes you have to tell the toxic person, listen, this is really toxic." Additionally, she stated that although she has been trying for a very long time, enough's enough and we're done with the toxic eventually. Joe Gorga, Melissa's husband, who was also present, stated that Teresa seemed to never be pleased for the pair. Teresa recently said that their late parents had given her a clue that she was headed in the right direction and away from her brother. Joe was deeply upset by that. Joe made fun of that by claiming that he had received a sign to refrain from expressing negative things, bringing up children properly. Melissa Gorga is raising her children in a very different way despite her avoidance. Melissa instructed her son Joey to go kiss his aunt when they met Teresa Giudice in person at Dolores Catania's charity baseball game. He had the option to say no, but he chose not to. Joey approached Teresa immediately and showed her and her daughter, Gia Giudice, respect. Apparently, the kids no longer get together, although they still text on special occasions. But the fact that he is so young and well-mannered was fantastic. For years, the Real Housewives of New Jersey has thrived on family drama, and at the heart of it all has been the turbulent relationship between Teresa Giudice and her sister-in-law, Melissa Gorga. From bitter accusations and teary confrontations to fleeting moments of peace, their bond has been a roller coaster ride played out for millions of Bravo viewers. But now, whispers around the Garden State suggest Melissa Gorga may finally be softening her stance. Could reconciliation really be on the horizon? A decade of family feuding. Melissa Gorga entered the Bravo universe in Season 3, and with her came one of the most explosive family dynamics in Housewives history. Teresa, already a franchise staple, did not take kindly to her brother Joe Gorga's wife joining the cast. What followed was over a decade of screaming matches, accusations of betrayal, and broken attempts at mending fences. Fans will remember iconic blow-ups, from Teresa shouting "prostitution whore" in a rage-filled moment to Melissa and Joe confronting her about loyalty, jealousy, and family respect. Every reunion seemed to end in the same cycle. Tears, apologies, hugs, only to unravel again the next season. The final nail, many believed, came in 2022 when Teresa excluded Melissa from her wedding to Luis Ruelas. It was a shocking move that fractured the Gorga Giudice family even further, leaving fans wondering if there was any road back. The ice begins to thaw, but now reports suggest Melissa is leaving the door slightly ajar for a reconciliation. At a recent appearance, she was asked if she could ever see herself repairing things with Teresa. Instead of her usual firm dismissal, Melissa surprised fans with a more measured response. "Listen, at the end of the day, family is family," she said with a shrug and a smile that hinted at cautious hope. "I don't know what the future holds, but I'll never say never. We've been through too much to completely close that door." For Melissa, this is a notable shift. In past interviews, she has declared herself done with Teresa's drama insisting she wanted to protect her own peace and her children's well-being. But reality TV relationships are rarely permanent, and in New Jersey, grudges have a funny way of dissolving when least expected. Why now? The timing of Melissa's openness has fans buzzing. Some speculate that Bravo producers may be encouraging a thaw for the sake of Season 15 storylines. Others believe that with so much of the cast fractured, Margaret Josephs and Jennifer Aiden at odds, Dolores Catania caught in the middle, a reunion between Teresa and Melissa could shake up the dynamic in a fresh way. But there may be deeper reasons. Joe Gorga has often been the most visibly hurt by the family feud, torn between his loyalty to his wife and his love for his sister. Melissa has said on multiple occasions that watching her husband in pain has been the hardest part of the drama. Perhaps, by opening the door a crack, she's signaling that she's willing to let Joe have some peace. There's also the matter of their children. Teresa and Melissa's daughters grew up side by side, once inseparable cousins who appeared in countless family scenes. Over the last few years, fans have noticed the distance between them. A ripple effect of their mother's feud. Could Melissa's softening be a quiet attempt to heal the next generation's bond before it's too late? The Teresa factor. Of course, reconciliation is a two-way street, and Teresa Giudice is not known for easily backing down. The fiery housewife has long accused Melissa of being fake, opportunistic, and disrespectful. Her loyalty to her husband Luis Ruelas has only intensified her resolve to cut out those she believes are against her. Yet Teresa, too, has shown cracks in her tough exterior. Despite her anger at Melissa, she has at times reminisced about family memories and admitted she misses the unity they once shared. Teresa is also deeply tied to her late parents' legacy, and both she and Joe have acknowledged that their mom and dad would never have wanted the family so divided. Could the memory of their parents be the one thing strong enough to bring them back together? Fan reactions, skepticism, and hope. As news of Melissa's openness spread, the Bravo community lit up with reactions. Some fans immediately dismissed it as a PR move. Melissa says this every year when ratings are low. She's not reconciling with Teresa, she just wants the cameras to roll, one skeptic posted. Others, however, were hopeful. I know it's toxic, but I can't help rooting for them. Imagine a season where Teresa and Melissa are actually on the same side for once. Epic. Many viewers also pointed out that if reconciliation happens, it needs to be real, not just for the cameras. Authentic healing, they argue, would require both women to genuinely listen, take accountability, and prioritize family over drama. The road ahead. So what would reconciliation look like? It may not be a full embrace right away. More likely, it would start with small gestures. A holiday gathering, a joint family dinner, or perhaps an olive branch extended through Joe. From there, the women might slowly rebuild trust, letting down their guards in moments of shared laughter and nostalgia. Yet, it's equally possible that Melissa's comments were more about leaving the possibility open than committing to action. Saying never say never is a safe way to appear gracious without promising anything concrete. One thing is certain. If Melissa and Teresa do attempt a truce, it will be must-watch TV. The cameras are sure to capture every awkward pause, every tentative smile, and every emotional slip-up. A new era for RHONJ? With the future of RHONJ itself in flux? Rumors swirl about cast shakeups, alliances shifting, and producers rethinking the show's direction. A Teresa-Melissa reunion could serve as the reset button the series needs. Imagine a season where the central storyline is no longer just about bitter fights, but about one of the most infamous family feuds in Bravo history, taking a hopeful turn. It could be the fresh storyline that revives interest, while also reminding fans why they fell in love with RHONJ in the first place, the messy, complicated, but deeply relatable dynamics of family. Final thoughts. Melissa Gorga's willingness to keep the door open to reconciliation doesn't mean it will happen tomorrow, or even this season. But her softer tone suggests something has shifted, whether it's her priorities, her perspective, or simply her strategy. Teresa Giudice may not be ready to embrace her sister-in-law just yet, but even a small crack in the wall between them is enough to spark hope among fans. After all, if there's one thing Bravo viewers know, it's that in New Jersey, nothing stays the same for long. For now, the question lingers, Will Melissa and Teresa finally choose peace over drama, or will history repeat itself once again? Only time and the cameras will tell.